Hey guys, welcome back to Wooden Toolman's channel and welcome back to my shop. So what I'm going to do in this video is we're going to talk router tables. What I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to show you my existing router table with the power feeder unit on it, and I'm going to talk some about the new upcoming build where this thing is going to get a redesign, and it's going to benefit you guys that are watching if you got a little bit of talent and want to build something. So for me, the router has always been something that's been pretty damn dangerous. I've chewed up a finger more than once with the router, and because of trying to push stuff through really steady, and it's, you get your fingers in there and all it takes is one little slip, and the next thing you know, and your fingers into that little bit there. So what I'm doing in this video is I've just set up, I'm about to run a bunch of molding here. You can see I've got a bunch of 10-foot blanks here, and I've just done the first test piece here. As you can see, it's kind of it's a really nice little molding actually. I use it for a little valance molding on my kitchens. So you can see that's 10 feet long, guys, and there's not even a slightest little burn mark in it. It just does the absolute perfect job. And the reason that it does that is because these little power wheels here are a power feeder, is what they are. They're made in such a way, or they're set up in such a way that as soon as I start my stock underneath of these things, they climb up on it because they're spring loaded, and the shafts are angled at an angle so that it will always pull this stuff toward the fence. Making it so that, with this little motor on top here, it just pulls it through. Just, as you'll see, I'm going to run a few pieces here to show you guys. But the problem with that is if you guys have been watching my channel, I always try to make the stuff that I make easy enough to source the parts that, anybody watching can really be able to do the project, and it's not going to cost a lot. Well, this one would cost a fair bit. Not everybody can get a hold of these little motors. To me, they're a dime a dozen. They're everywhere. And there is a real nice 60-to-1 gearbox in here. There's a little bit of chain, but that's easy to get. We could use bike chain. These little rubber wheels, got a plan for those as well. And I've got a plan that I'm going to be able to eliminate this setup here and replace it with something else that everybody's going to be able to build, and make it do what I'm going to do here with this little motor. A couple other things I want to show you about this router table. Now, I use a plunge router is what I use, and this plunge router, to loosen the bit, there's, a little thing that you have to push in, and then you use a wrench. But undoing them underneath the table is just really hard, so I have this little button here. All I do is raise my router right to the top, take this little cullet piece out there, and then I've got it set up that I just push this little button, and it locks the collet on the router, and then I can just from the top, reach right here and loosen the nut and take my bit out, so I can change them all from the top. Okay, so what I'm going to do, it's been a long while since I did any videos, guys, as you guys know, but I'm just going to wing it here, and we're going to go through this. I think this would be a real neat project. Especially for, for obvious reasons. It's going to get, we could put a little guard over this, of course. Probably should have one to keep your fingers out, but if you're, I've never got my finger stuck under these little rubber wheels, if that's going to concern some of you safety freaks. But the big thing is what it's going to do is it's going to make it so that we can do more consistent routing, and it will keep your fingers away from that trouble area. And so without talking anymore, I'm going to set this thing up. I'm going to try to get my camera set up here. I'm going to try to do a one-take wonder, guys. That seems to be the way I used to do it, and I can't see me changing really, guys. So you guys are just going to have to bear with me. I'm going to try to set this up right here. And I'm going to start a few machines up, and then I'll grab the camera again. All right, so I do this in 2 passes. The first pass, what I do is I aim just to bring it, just to make this round on it. You guys can see, like, that just did a beautiful job right down through, and that's the reason why I set it up. It just makes it so I don't even gotta touch it. What I generally do though, is I'll generally just hold my fingers here against the material, just to help it a little bit. You know, these rubber wheels aren't a catch-all, end-all, and sometimes I'll put a little stick here to hold against it. Now, that being said, I'm using my tall fence on this thing. What I have it set up for is I'll take this filler block out, take this fence off, and then I've been adding a shorter one, and then that'll lower them wheels down to get like 3/4, 7/8 material. So in another video, maybe I'll show you how I've got this thing lowered down and doing like a doors. There's videos on my channel showing it. But like I said, the next machine, we're going to try to eliminate some of this. It'd be nice to have the wheels so that they actually adjust it up and down. But we'll just have to see. So hopefully you guys had fun watching this video. Hopefully you'll keep tuning in. And in the next video, I'll start uploading if you guys want to see it. Is this thing come alive and be something that you guys can build yourself at home. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.